All right, AP Environmental Science students, I apologize that I was a little bit late getting your weekly overview video out this week, but I'm going to go ahead and go over what are some of the assignments and topics for week 4 of the second term of AP Environmental Science. Okay, so you can see that we're still working on Unit 4, which is all about Earth systems and resources. Our first topic for Monday, November 16th and Tuesday, November 2nd is solar radiation and Earth seasons. So if you guys click on this link, it'll take you to our embedded Nearpod. Again, make sure you guys are answering all the questions and doing all the activities for this topic, 4.7 solar radiation. Our second topic for Monday and Tuesday is 4.8 Earth's geography and climate. So again, you guys are going to complete the Nearpod lesson, looking at all the slides, completing all of the activities, not skipping over any of the important quiz questions or activities embedded in this Nearpod. All right, so if we go back to our table for this week, those are the two topics, solar radiation and Earth seasons and Earth's geography and climate. On the last part of the week, Wednesday and Thursday, November 18th and 19th, we're going to be talking about a really important topic called El Nino and La Nina. So if we go to this page, you'll see that I have quite a few videos embedded here. This is a great demonstration that kind of explains the concepts surrounding the El Nino phenomena. Okay, so it's a great visual demonstration of what occurs in an El Nino event. We also have some optional notes here. Some of you guys are really visual learners, so we have some drawings here in this video. And if you want to use Google Draw, or if you want to print off your notes copies and watch and follow along on this video, this is a great explanation of what El Nino is. Okay. In addition, we also have our Nearpod here that you guys can complete. Again, remember, don't skip any of the questions or activities. Now, it's quite a big, important topic, and so that's the reason why I've given you guys so many resources for learning this topic, to help you really understand this kind of complex phenomena that we call El Nino. Okay, so those are our video lessons where you guys will learn the content for our topics. Let's look at the assignments that will be due by the end of this week. So you guys have two assignments. Apologize, that was my email. You guys have two assignments here that are being due by Friday, November 20th. The first assignment that I recommend that you take early on in the week, so before Wednesday, would be this comprehension quiz and one-pager. Now, the purpose of this assignment is to help you guys kind of check in and see which topics from Unit 4 you already know. So the first step is to take the quiz to check your understanding. I think there's about 18 points. So there's 3 or 4 questions per topic that we've covered so far in Unit 4. So it covers Units 1 through 6. So 4.1 through 4.6. All of those topics you guys should have already studied in the Nearpods on your notes online. So once you take the quiz, you're going to use your score and look at the questions that you answered incorrectly to create a one-pager assignment. Now, a one-pager is just like a one-page study guide that lists only those things that you need to review or relearn. So even if you didn't score 100% on the quiz, you can still get 100% on this assignment if you guys submit and upload that study guide showing that you've gone back and relearned those topics that you needed to know for Unit 4 for your comprehension. Okay, so let's go over the requirements for this one-pager. Your one-page study guide should have a creative title. It should have a creative border around the edges of your paper. You should have at least 4 definitions of important terms from this Unit 4 that you need to remember, and at least 4 colored pictures representing different concepts from this unit. Okay, again, the concept will just kind of depend on how you did on the quiz and what you needed to review. The last component that you need for this one-pager is one labeled diagram showing an Earth system. Now, some examples of Earth systems could include atmosphere layers, It could include plate tectonics, different types of plate boundaries. Remember we talked about convergent, divergent, and transform boundaries. So you guys can make a labeled diagram showing plate tectonics and subduction. You could make a diagram showing soil horizons and the different types of soil at the different layers. You could do a diagram on the Coriolis effect and what that is. You could do a diagram about solar radiation and how the solar energy affects climate and the different biomes at different latitudes on our planet. You could do a diagram about the 4 seasonal events. That would be the different equinox events and the solstice events and when they occur and what our planet looks like at each one of those 4 events. You could do a labeled diagram of watersheds, okay? Again, you don't need to do all of these diagrams, but just pick one that you need to review the most based on your score on the quiz. Again, focus on the system that you need the most help remembering. So once you guys have done the quiz and the one-pager, you'll be submitting a picture of your one-pager through Canvas, okay? And I will add points back to your quiz score once I see your study guide and see that you followed the criteria. The second assignment you guys are going to be completing is this ENSO case study and experiment design. ENSO just stands for El Nino Southern Oscillation. So you're going to click on this link and it'll take you to this website. So if you click on this website, this is what it looks like. So you're going to click launch the activity and there'll be a series of questions introducing the data and how to use this tool, but you'll need to answer all the questions at all the levels. So starting with level 1 and working your way all the way up till level 5, not skipping over any of these questions, but answering each one of the questions in the simulation. The final level is designing your own investigation, and you guys are going to describe your investigation, plan out your investigation and describe your experiment design in a fully developed paragraph, including what your research question would be and what kinds of data you would need to answer that question. So when you guys submit this assignment, what you'll actually be submitting is a text box entry in which you describe your research experiment design and what kind of data. It should be a fully developed paragraph, at least 3 to 5 sentences. Most of you will probably use more than that space, but make sure you describe in lots of detail what your investigation would be to research El Nino and what kinds of data you would gather. You could use the data tools that are provided on this website. So you'll notice there's 3 different data tools: the El Nino Historical Index, the Surface Seawater Temperature and Chlorophyll data tool, and the Global Explorer data tool. So you can use these tools to get the data, or if you collect different types of data, then you can describe other types of data that you would need, okay? So you can use these tools on the website, or you can describe other types of data that you would need to complete your investigation. Again, what you're submitting here is a fully developed paragraph with your plan and the types of data that you would gather, okay? So that is the second experiment design assignment that you guys are submitting this week on Canvas, okay? All right, just so you guys know, this is the last topic in Unit 4. So when we get back from the Thanksgiving break, we're going to be wrapping up this topic and starting our new unit, Unit 5, okay? So if you guys have questions about anything in Unit 4, if you didn't do so well on this comprehension quiz, reach out. Let's talk. Let's set up an email correspondence or a Google Meet. Let's get your questions answered so you can do really well on the Unit 4 exam, because that will be coming up next week. Have a great week, guys.